Hello traders, in this video I am reviewing the Vortex Gold EA for MT4 and MT5, and I'm just going to walk through the MQL5 Marketplace page, go over the main features, check out the historical backtest performance, and then take a closer look at how the EA behaves directly on the charts. All right, and before we get started, you can download a free Forex robot for MT4 and MT5 that has lots of indicators and candlestick patterns built in by using the link in the description below. So right here on the MQL5 Marketplace page, we can see that Vortex Gold EA is currently priced at 755 US dollars with a 1 year rental option as well, going for 395 US dollars. This is version 2.95 from the developer Stanislav Tomilov, and according to the listing, the EA supports both MT4 and MT5. All right, so now the description makes it very clear that this EA was specifically built for trading XAU USD. So gold is the primary focus here. The recommended setup listed on the page is XAU USD on the H1 time frame with a minimum deposit of $250, although the developer recommends $500 or more. The page also mentions that the EA is designed to work with any account type, but a good ECN broker is recommended, and VPS hosting is strongly suggested for more stable execution. Now, as I scroll through the specifications and features, one thing that stands out is that the developer emphasizes that no martingale or dangerous money management methods are being used. All right, so instead the EA includes hard stop loss and take profit protection on every position, which is important from a risk control perspective. The marketplace description also explains that the EA combines two independent strategies, each with additional order functionality, while still maintaining stop loss protection throughout the system. Now, looking deeper into the technical side, the EA uses indicators like CCI and parabolic SAR as part of its overall trading framework. Now, according to the developer, these indicators are used to help identify trend strength, overbought and oversold conditions, and dynamic stop levels during market movement. Another major part of the description is the integration of machine learning, all right, and neural network technology. The developer states that the EA continuously analyzes both historical and live market data to adapt to changing conditions and refine trading decisions over time. All right, so there are also several built-in risk management tools shown here, including adjustable stop loss, and take profit settings, trailing stop functionality, plus spread and slippage filters to help avoid unfavorable entries during difficult trading conditions. Now, moving into the backtesting section, this is where we can start reviewing the historical testing performance and how the EA handled previous gold market conditions. All right, according to the marketplace information, the historical testing was performed using 99.9% quality quotes, which generally provides more detailed historical simulation quality during backtesting. Now, let's just head over to a strategy tester real quick. Okay, so the testing, was done over about 4.5 months. All right, I started from the 1st of January 2026, till date. All right, I have already run the test, okay, just to save time. Okay, so we're just going to analyze the results together. All right, so the delay was set to the last ping to the server. All right, and then we are using the every tick modeling. Okay, and we are using, of course, the recommended currency, which is currency pair, which is XAU USD, on the recommended time frame, which is H1. So now let's just quickly look at the trade history. All right, we can see how a couple of trades were accumulated here and closed. All right, we can see here again, this EA seems to be capturing just short-term price activity, right? Short-term price movement seem to be the focus of this EA, right? Because we can see the same candle where the trade was executed is the same candle where the trade was closed. We can see here again multiple buy trades and closed within the same candle. You can see the same hourly candle. Here we had two sell trades executed, right? And then we had another sell trade executed in the next hourly candle. And the three of them seem to have been closed on the second hourly candle, right? So this this expert advisor targets short-term price activity. We can see here again another evidence of that, but there is significant spacing between trades. Okay, so the EA is not just looking for opportunity every single hour, or rather it's not just executing trades every single hour, rather it's looking for good opportunities that it can find in the market, and then when it finds such opportunities, it executes the trades and targets short-term price movement, okay, with decent spacing between the trades. All right, now let's just head over to the results, and we can see that from an initial deposit of $3,000, the total net profit made was about $251.6. Right, so that is giving us maybe about 9% or maybe 8%, right? 8 point something percent profit that was made over over about 4.5 months. All right. We can see 148 total trades we are taking, 41 trades were short trades with 82.93% win rate, and we had 107 long trades with 76.64% win rate. All right, and now the largest profit that was the largest profitable trade was just $20.06, but the largest losing trade was $66.06. Okay, so this tells me that the risk to reward ratio is bad, right? Because the average profit also was just $8.35, while the average loss was about $22.42, right? So one of the things that have influenced this small net profit over 4.5 months, would be the bad risk to reward ratio, right? Because for every $8 that was made, about $22 was lost on average, right? On average. Okay, but the high win rate wouldn't make it exactly that way, because since had it been we had 50% win rate, that is when we would have said for every $8 lost to about $22, for every $8 made, about $22 was lost. But that is not exactly the case, because the win rate is one of the main factors now that would have affected the net profit, right? Had it been we had 50% win rate, I believe this would have been a net loss. The net profit would have been negative. Sorry. Had it been we had 50% win rate, the net profit would have been negative. But because we have quite a high win rate, so that is the reason why the net profit is still positive, despite the poor risk to reward ratio. Okay. So now what I am supposed to say here is that for every winning trade, right, or rather for every losing trade, because the losing trade is the one that has a larger value, right? So for every losing trade, about 3 winning trades are needed to cover up that losing trade. So that is a better way for me to say it, right? That's a better way for me to say it. For every losing trade, on average, right, about 3 profitable trades are needed to cover up the loss, because 8 times 3 would give us 24, right? And we can see that the average loss is $22.42. Okay, so now that brings the question about comparing win rate and risk to reward ratio. So at the end of the day, when you have a bad risk to reward ratio and a good win rate, or rather a high win rate, you might still be able to have a net profit. Okay, but if you do not have a high win rate and you have a bad risk to reward ratio, well, you might actually have significant losses. Okay, but remember that these are just historical back testing. These are just historical back test results. And it should always be treated as historical analysis only. All right, not guaranteed future performance. Actual results can vary depending on broker execution, spread conditions, slippage optimization, settings, lot sizing, leverage, and overall market behavior. Okay, so I'll still recommend running the back test or over a longer period of time, right? I will recommend running longer term testing yourself as well, so you can get a more comprehensive understanding of how the EA behaves across different market conditions before considering live trading. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.